Haiti is an international crime scene, and it's very important for people to understand how this crime began and how it is continuing. Yes, the U.S. occupied Haiti in 1915, but actually it's a continuation of something that started earlier. Throughout the 19th century, you have elements of gunboat diplomacy, where German, Spanish, British, and American ships would come to the Haitian harbor and basically demand ransom, or else they were going to blow the national palace of Haiti. And you can see all kinds of elements of that. One particular example is in 1883, when the diplomatic missions of Denmark, Sweden, France, the United States, Britain, all of them decided that they were going to blow up the national palace with President Salomon, because they declared that some of their businesses were threatened by bandits, which is how they've been treating the Haitian population every time it asserts its democratic rights to choose its own leaders to take care of its own business. The context of this is that when Haiti declared its independence in 1804, for the longest time it was the only place in the American continent, north, south, and center, where a black human being could live as a human being. Everywhere else was racial slavery. The British were still enriching themselves on the back of Africans. The Spanish, the French, and everybody was threatened by the presence, the very existence of Haiti, which is why the French minister Charles Boylan wrote to James Madison at the time to tell him that the very existence of Haiti is a major threat for all white nations in the world. And in response, the United States placed an embargo on Haiti as early as 1805. They renewed it in 1806, 1807, and you understand that Haiti could not trade with anybody, so therefore people just shared little plots of land, and subsistence farming is what has been done in Haiti since its creation in 1804. So when people are making the comparison between the Haitian side and the Dominican Republic side, you need to understand that history, and also understand that in 1825, when the French had peace with Britain and Spain, immediately the first thing they did is that they sent 14 warships to demand a ransom of the equivalent of $40 billion from the Haitian state, which was at the time the annual budget of France and 10 years of Haiti's GDP. Haiti having no resources at the time, and a leader that was too close to the French, decided to pay that money, and that money was paid at gunpoint, I remind you, because at many times Haiti said, different leaders said they're not going to pay that ransom, but eventually Haiti paid 90 million francs, which is the equivalent of $40 billion today, between 1825 and 1946. I mention this because this is also linked to the U.S. occupation in 1915, because in order to pay that ransom to the French, the Haitian state had to cut the forest that we had on our side of the island, close the rural schools, and borrow money from French banks and then from U.S. banks to pay back the French banks. You can understand that while the Industrial Revolution was taking place all over the place, with all great advances in science and engineering, the Haitians were busy feeding the French Empire, the British Empire, the Spanish Empire, everybody else but the Haitian people. Just like at the time of slavery, the breast milk of the African woman was giving strength to the white adult or the white children, but not to the African children. That's what Haiti has been doing since 1499, when the first Africans came on the island, as the suggestion of a Catholic priest named Las Casas. The Spanish began to kidnap Africans and bring them to the Americas after they have massacred the 1.5 million Tainos, that lazy people call Indians, that were inhabitants of the land before the Europeans arrived. Haiti is called Haiti because that's what the Tainos called it before the Europeans arrived, and that's what Dessalines wanted to say, that we are going to re-give to that land a center on humanity as opposed to private property, stealing, reaping, and then on the guise of religion covering up the crime that has been committed.